Let me tell you guys something. There's about thousands of apartment that's in Los Angeles that needs to be condemned. Anything that's in the Los Angeles counties, I'm not talking about the outskirts. I'm talking about Los Angeles. I'm talking about the Beverly Grove district. I'm talking about Hollywood. I'm talking about Crenshaw, Inglewood, Torrance. Anything that's in that area, it's over 1,000 apartment buildings that need to be condemned. My last apartment in Los Angeles was in the Beverly Grove district in Blackburn. I was living in a 1953 apartment building that had on one side about 80 apartments. Now maybe about 50 apartments, and I'm talking about plex apartments. It not like duplex. They were quadplex. There were one big building, and there were about maybe 6 apartments that was in that one building. Okay, and on one side, and then on the other side, you got another 50, 60 apartments on that row. Okay. Think about New York City. You have all these apartments, and they're just buildings like old houses that they cut up those homes and, and made them apartments. Okay. So, and then it's a guarantee that you're going to move your car at least twice a week. Whether you're sick, whether it's raining, sleet, snow, which we don't get that type of weather, but whether you're sick, whether you don't feel like it, you've got to get up and move that car at least twice a week. All right? So you got over 1,000 apartments need to be condemned. Those apartments that was built in the 1950s, I want to say 40s, 50s, 60s, those apartments need to be condemned. Because my last apartment that was on Blackburn in the Beverly Grove district, my drinking water and my bath water was backed up. It was backed up to the sewage. I got in the tub and I was bathing, and all of a sudden, brown stuff, dark stuff was on my skin. I got out of the tub and I saw the brown water that was running the water. And then I lifted with tweezers that what was the particles that was out. The maintenance man saying this building should have been condemned years ago, but the landlords are still renting those buildings. He says that my water and the sewage was backed up. It was running together. Okay? So, at that point, when I moved out, I said I would never move to another old building that's located in the Los Angeles County. If I cannot live in a modern apartment, and those modern apartments is like over $2,000 a month, if I cannot live in Porter Ranch, if I cannot live in Calabasas, if I cannot live in those apartment complex that has central air and heat, that has a parking space, not on the, I ain't talking about that on the other side of the street. I'm talking about going into the apartment complex and parking my car. If I cannot live in a modern apartment that's affordable, I would have to soon have to find a secondary state to stay in. I would have to do it because I cannot live in another 1950s, 60 apartment building that needs to be condemned because of the fact that those pipes. I saw one of the workers came out. The pipes were rust. Those apartment buildings, and only thing that they're doing is they're remodeling them, and they're just making the beautification of those apartments. They're making them beautiful. They're making them, putting in wooden floors over the termite wood eaten floors. They're only just putting in new cabinets, but the foundation of that building is corroded. I mean, it need to be torn down. My old apartment that I know they didn't do anything to, I just looked it up on the website. They're rented in out for $2,200 a month. $2,200. And I guarantee you they did not fix the pipes. They just probably put like a big plunger in it to just push it back a little bit. That's what the maintenance man told me. That's what they do. And it's okay for a couple of months, and then you still have the problems. When the gnats come in the house and when the flies, it's because they smell the sewage. I thought it was from the fruit trees and the fruit, the fruit trees from the lemon trees that I had out front, or the lime trees I had out front. But no, they were attracted to the sewage that was in the house that was being backed up. So I said that I would never live into another apartment in the city of Los Angeles unless the apartment is modern. That's going out there to Santa Clarita, Valencia. That's going out on the outskirts. Rancho Cucamonga. I'll go to those places. Not even the old Pasadena. I don't even want to have nothing to do with that. I'm talking about the new Pasadena. I'll go to new Pasadena. I'll go to the new parts of Calabasas because I know they got it right out there. They got it right with those apartments because they're modern. You got some type of amenities going on out there. But inside of the city of Los Angeles, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. Vegas, even Vegas cheap apartments got it right. You get a garden style tub. You get some type of modern updates in the apartment complex. But in the Los Angeles, old Los Angeles, where they didn't even make air conditioning in the 50s and you only had a ceiling fan, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. I don't want to have nothing to do with those apartments. It needs to be updated. It needs to be modern. And it needs to be probably at least built after 1980. I'll have something to do with those apartments, okay? But 1950, 40, 30s, 60s, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. That's when I have to start looking other places because those old apartments is not even worth paying $2,000 for. It's not even worth paying $1,700 for. And don't let me start on Long Beach, okay? I'm serious. There's so many apartments in Los Angeles that need to be condemned. It ain't even funny. And y'all paying that high rent. Go to Santa Clarita. Go to Calabasas. I guarantee you'll see the difference. Look at the appliances. Look at the apartment building. Look at the parking spaces. It's much wider. You can breathe. The air is much better. I don't want to have nothing to do with this inside the city of LA. Y'all have a blessed day.